in parc ferme and make sure the car is over the weight limit of 605 kilograms. Two karting mates, they were teammates for years.
Well, we're not friends. You know, we're colleagues, and we'll work to get the team as many 1-2s and points as possible.
We had a very exciting qualifying session for the Monaco Grand Prix, and it ended up with Nico Rosberg 0.06 of a second faster than his teammate Lewis Hamilton. On the way to the first part of the lap, Nico Rosberg had lost 0.1 of a second relative to his fastest lap, and Lewis Hamilton had gained 0.2 of a second. But going down to Mirabeau, Rosberg made a bit of a mistake, locked the brakes up and went down the slip road. That meant the yellow flags came out, and Lewis Hamilton was caught in those yellow flags and in the end had to back off, so his lap was gone as well.
So yellow, yellow, turn 5. Yellow, yellow, turn 5.
That was very good of him. Very good.
On his controversial lap, he pulls over, still to miss this dip in the road because the car would bottom out there. Pulling across to the left, he leaves half a car's width to the barrier. Now that means that there's not quite such a good line into Mirabeau. And as he turns in, he locks the right front brake up. Now he's having a bit of indecision in the steering wheel. The car won't turn, he's heading for the barrier, and then he decides to turn left and go down the slip road. Now the stewards have had a look at this. They've decided that he was on a faster lap. He was going faster at that point in the corner. He did put on the brakes that little bit later, and they've no penalty basically. The grid position, pole position for Nico Rosberg, second for Lewis Hamilton stand.
So here we have the top 3 qualifiers for the Monaco Grand Prix. On pole position, Nico Rosberg, AMG Petronas F1 team, 6th career pole, 2nd year in a row here in Monaco. Second place, Lewis Hamilton, AMG Petronas F1 team. 3rd, Daniel Ricciardo, Infinity Red Bull Racing. Nico, congratulations, pole for the 2nd year in a row, as we said, but perhaps not exactly the way you'd want to achieve it, I guess, with that mistake at the end.
No, definitely not, no. I thought it was over once that happened. And because I thought, you know, the track would ramp up and somebody else could beat the time, but no, of course, you know, in the end, I'm really happy though that it worked out. To be on pole, fantastic, you know, at home, and couldn't be better.
Well done. Coming to you, Lewis. Obviously, Nico's mistake, ironically, and the subsequent yellow flags meant that you couldn't improve on your lap. Your feelings?
Yeah, it is ironic, but no, it's okay. I was up a couple tenths, so it's okay.
Nico, your thoughts on what happened with Lewis and where your mistake left him? It's obviously you're close friends, you're fighting for race wins, you're fighting for pole, for world championships, but there's no question that you disadvantaged him today.
No, definitely, yeah. Of course, I'm sorry for what happened to Lewis. I didn't know where exactly he was, but once I was reversing, I did see he was coming up. So, of course, yeah, that's not great, but that's the way it is.
And Lewis, your response to that, and also, obviously, when you're last on the track, there's always that risk, isn't there? I suppose you're vulnerable to something like this happening.
I have an answer to it.
Okay.
Just given the fact what happened did happen, what do you think you could have done had it not happened, if that makes sense?
I was on the pole lap. So, but it doesn't really matter. I guess I should have done it earlier.
Let's ask a double world champion what he thinks of it. Lewis is clearly unhappy, Mika Häkkinen. Nice to have you with us. What did you think of the incident?
Well, I would not like to comment too much. I think it's better to drivers to really give them a personal opinion. But it's definitely motor racing is like that. You know, things happening, incidents are happening. But it's Mercedes is definitely dominating and doing a great job. So it's a shame what happened.
Good. Try putting it another way, Mika. You're going out there. You're already established. You're faster than your teammate. You've got one more run. Would you deliberately make a mistake in order to bring out a yellow flag?
What do you do?
Would you actually make a mistake on a last run in qualifying if you knew that the session would not prevent your teammate from going faster, bring out yellow flag? Of course you wouldn't. I'll answer that question for you.
No. Okay, you know, we guys, we are laughing definitely, but there's a big emotions going on for sure about the situation. I always. When I was racing, you know, I felt that when the racing has to be fair, you can always do some little tricks out there, but there has to be a certain safety issues in your mind that way you don't hurt anybody. That is the most important.
Totally agree. You know, no,
Did I smile?
mean, yeah, no, you did a little bit.
The grid. The start in Monaco can change the face of the race, and there's that tricky run into Saint-Devote to negotiate. Lewis didn't get the jump on his teammate that he needed. A slow-starting Ricciardo kept Alonso occupied, and it was an opportunity too good to miss for Vettel and Raikkonen. Most of the top runners completed another lap before peeling into the pit lane. Race leader Rosberg was in, closely followed by his teammate. There was a steady flow of traffic as cars queued to be serviced. Hamilton questioned his team.
We should have pitted on that lap. I knew I should have. I also knew you wouldn't call me in, guys.
The qualifying fallout had left Lewis suspicious. And as the championship battle heated up, those simmering tensions could easily boil over. The relationship between the two drivers looked increasingly difficult to manage. It was nip and tuck. The gap hovered around a second, but there would be little that Lewis could do to take the lead. Lewis encountered a new distraction.
I can't see on my left eye. I got some kind of dirt in my eye.
Okay, Lewis, if you're not happy, then you just need to box. If you're not happy with this, you just need to box.
Lewis began to lose time, which gave Nico breathing space ahead, but crucially allowed Ricciardo to close within striking distance in a matter of laps. Rosberg won from pole here in 2013 and repeated the feat in 2014. He had now equalled his father's 5 Formula One victories.
Yes! Thank you very much, everyone. Really amazing, this car. Really, really amazing.
Nico, congratulations, man. Home win for the homeboy. How did it feel? You had Lewis very, very, very close to you all the race, but you held on to your lead. How was it?
Yeah, another, very, very special day for sure. Lewis drove really, really well and pushed me massively hard, so the pressure was on all the way. But I kept it cool and then was able to win in the end, pulling a bit of a gap because I just had the fresher tires. So no, fantastic, and I'm very, very happy also for the whole team. It's an amazing car they've built and given us this year.
You started second, and you finished second. And how are things with your teammate? I think people want to know.
Well, I had great pace. Obviously I felt that I was very strong today, but it's a very, very difficult circuit to overtake, and so
it's got to be thrilling to watch, and you were all just incredible out there. The closeness to the curves, it's extraordinary. Well done.
Unfortunately, we didn't make any mistakes. So.
You didn't, no. Well done.
But unfortunately for Lewis, neither did Nico.